It's the Mead for Metal podcast in Technicolor.
Fuck it. Wow. I wonder how many podcasts start me saying, wow. It's because the music's good.
I appreciate modern grunge bands that are doing it the right way, going from minor chord straight to a major note and then back to minor. It's kind of a nice little take. It's I haven't heard shit like this in about 30 years.
Yeah, man. It's like the old shit's starting to resurge.
Well, that's
sorry, my voice might be leaving me.
That's a modern grunge band out of Dallas. Aberdeen is Dead, name of the band. That's weird enough to get me behind it.
Yeah, like when I saw that, I was like, they got to be out of Washington, right?
Yeah, or Scotland. No, Dallas.
Or Scotland.
Dallas.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that's probably actually far more appropriate, Scotland than Aberdeen, Washington.
Shit. Well, here we are for another podcast as my voice is trying to leave me.
I know, same.
Want to go ahead and wrap up, call her a day?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, bitches.
Hey, man, y'all have a good week.
LJ, close it up. No, we got a fucking job to do, and by God.
It is only Brandon and I, and LJ.
Yeah.
So that means we're missing one. I'll leave it to the regulars to figure out.
Yes. So, yeah, Made for Metal podcast coming at you live from the Mead Hall.
Live from Burbank.
Yes.
Bob Barker studio.
The Bob Barker studio in Burbank, California.
Fuck. Yeah, and then when they built the new studio, it ain't in Burbank. I forget where the fuck. Glendale. It's in Glendale. Which means
okay.
It's moving even further and further away from Los Angeles. Eventually, that bitch will be out in Bakersfield.
I'll be recording that shit in Arizona anytime now.
Right there from, what the hell is that dam that everybody loves to go to in Arizona so they can bake their dicks off out in the hot sun?
Oh, God. Fuckhead dam.
You know, but it is a, God damn it. You used to work with a chick at the bar who moved there. It's like, Lake Havasu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, old VS for the initials.
Ah, VSL.
Yeah, that's right.
Vagina is a second language.
That's it is for most of us, right? That's
Rhyme with old Dickie Goo.
Well, compared to 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I'm no longer ill, or at least as bad as I was.
You do sound better.
You're like a month-long fucking illness. Now, granted, I got shitty lungs, so it's going to hit me a little harder than most, but now some perfectly healthy people who were down with like 3 weeks. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know.
Goddamn, who the fuck knows
I'm
anymore
going to
these
just
days, man?
blame the elderly. I'm going to blame everyone over the age of 50.
Fucking A. So you blame yourself?
That's right.
Goddamn. Well,
I'm a spry and young 50, though.
there you go. That's right. You're in your prime.
In the prime. Yeah, or maybe a little on the backside of that prime.
The prime of life. Yeah, fuck it. That's the fun part.
Bunch of weird rage. This podcast, I thought about it a couple of days ago. I thought, well, this has the potential to just be an old school, off the rails, fucking crazy, rage-filled podcast. And, man, it's not that I don't have the rage. I don't think I have the energy.
Dude, I'm 110 fucking % with you on that.
Well, yeah, I got plenty of shit to be mad about, but god damn it. It's just life is what it is, and let it just take its fucking course and let me land softly before you kill me.
Yeah, just let me touch terra firma before you put one behind my fucking ear.
Fun times, though.
It's, this week has been one of the toughest weeks in the past 3.5 years, 4 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot.
Well, usually with you, though, when it starts to approach the nadir of fucking terrible shit, well, then usually you find an easy way to somewhere else to go. And I'm not saying that's the case now, but I haven't seen you this fucking angry and tired of being angry since you worked at a fucking hotel.
You know,
Serve it up waffle batter.
That's the funny thing. The oddest thing is that actually in the back of my mind, I thought about the good old days of working nights. It's super great.
Ugh.
And it didn't bother me as bad as it used to.
Yeah.
Like almost I was looking back in fondness, like, God damn, I can handle that
well, eventually a wound becomes a scar, and eventually that scar gets really, really light, and you kind of forgot kind of the matter of how you came about it. So.
Yeah. But God damn, man, it's hard to be in the weed business these days.
Is that an industry you want to stay in, or are you looking to get into the banking industry? Or
I'll be 100% fucking honest with you, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do know that I work for the biggest dispensary in the state.
So that means it's the worst if you're an employee. Whatever the biggest of anything is. Look at our biggest retailer in America. It's Walmart. Oh, is it great working at Walmart? No.
I don't see a lot of happy people at Walmart. No. I really don't.
No.
Well, except, old Tabasor.
She comes in with. I don't even see her very often. So
no shit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's inching towards retirement because she's smarter than the fucking rest of us.
God damn it! I was listening to NPR driving to work this morning, and I'm not the biggest fan of pretentious radio, but once in a while it serves a purpose in the morning. Oddly enough, in the morning I'm not the biggest fan of just listening to music right off the bat, because if I do, well, I want to keep listening to music, and I can't. So I need to listen to like news and shit. And
Fair.
Man, they were celebrating the living shit out of this guy that hosts their little morning drive shit. Because I think he's getting ready to retire. And they were celebrating Steve Inskeep and his 20 years with NPR. Like, 20? Hey, you fucking rook. What the hell was wrong with you, huh?
Goddamn noob.
Get to work tomorrow, huh? Just keep going to work.
Yeah, if the actual job itself of providing weed and knowledge to the public, that part is still gravy.
Sure.
That is about the only gratification I get right now.
But if you're selling cannabis to people, you're not going to be dealing with the best people in town. Some, every once in a while I pop in.
I fucking... God damn it, you threw me out there, shit. I pride myself on what I've learned. Selling weed and in my own fucking just trying to learn shit, trying to fucking be able to explain things better and be like, well, this gets you fucked up. This gets you fucked up, give you some energy. This will make you sleep, but you'll be fucked up. I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
If that's the guy, I don't want to sell weed. That's just that simple.
Now I get it.
I want to be that guy that can be like, what are you wanting to get some rest at night? Okay, I got some options for you across the board. There are a lot of people in this company that make way more than I do. Not a shocker. Makes sense.
Oh, same, but I'm in a different kind of line of work, but
yeah.
Same.
But yeah, but I was amazed at the idea of if you're on a medication that tells you to avoid grapefruit, you shouldn't ingest CBD because that will fucking cause a toxic backup of that prescription drug in your body like grapefruit would do.
Right.
3 people above me, well above me, had no fucking idea.
Because they're idiots. They're only there for profit, so.
I wish these motherfuckers would just come be a bud tender for a week. Come try it out.
Yeah, I don't want
Try it the fuck out.
See, everybody, what was that? What's that? There was a show on TV. I don't know if it's still on because I don't watch regular fucking TV. But it's where basically like an owner of a company would go.
Undercover Boss.
Yeah, there you go.
God damn, I'm good at this game.
Yeah, and every time it is always a big cry fest and shit.
I had no idea your life was so hard. Here's $1 million.
Yeah, and it never, I mean, on top of first of all, it feels a little set up.
Yeah, well, goddamn, that motherfucker, the owner of everything, is getting paid well to have that show happen.
Yeah,
as well.
But for an owner of a company to go around and hang out with a bunch of shitty hourly people, no, that's not going to be an eye-opening experience for them in any way, shape, or form.
Why the fuck would I do that?
No.
I'm golfing right now.
That's right.
Leave me the fuck alone.
got
I'm
other stuff.
paying you to fuck with that.
Oh, you want me to go and hang out with a bunch of hourlies? No. I'm going to donate $1,000, this check and a laurel to our new sheriff. No, and they do, and they hand it off like, here's some money for charity. I don't need to do any of this other shit. And it's such a micro percentage of what they make, man. I mean, like people like who's that fucking goofball, that nerd, that piece of shit, Jeff Bezos. His ex-wife, she made like $40 billion on that divorce settlement.
Ah, damn.
What'd she do? She immediately starts just fucking hundreds of millions of dollars to charity. Immediately.
That's
I
all right.
can respect
all
the
right.
shit out of that.
Well, what the fuck? If I got 40 bill, I will, like, all right, I'm going to put 1 bill away for charity.
She started donating so much money to charities, Elon Musk got angry about it.
Okay, bitch, why you keep doing this? Making me look bad.
Making every billionaire look bad.
Well, yeah, because they do.
But that's how they get to be billionaires, is they don't give money to people that need it. And that's how revolutions start, is when very few people got all the money. They're the first motherfuckers with their back against the wall. And hey, go ahead and do a reshuffle.
Sucks on a national level. It sucks on a local level even more, if you ask me.
No, it's not good. It's not a good look. And yet, we still have people in this country that are stupid enough, just like they're on fucking medication, of rooting for fucking billionaires. Like, oh, I hope she does so well. Do you?
She already did.
Like, why are you rooting for a motherfucker? Why? I don't understand it. Why are you rooting and cheering on someone who doesn't give a fuck about you? And never will. Well, if they met me, if they met you, they'd sick their security on you.
Yeah, they would sign your little autograph and tell you to move the fuck along.
When's the last time you think Taylor Swift signed an autograph for anybody? Not playing football.
That's a good question. I don't know. You don't really see her out in the wild.
She's got an entourage of security that makes fucking some of these UFC fighters look like they need to step it up.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, well, when you're the richest entertainer in the world.
More money than Oprah.
Woo.
And Oprah trying to buy Hawaii.
With the help of The Rock.
Well, the two of them.
Yeah.
You know,
there's some money in there.
The two that, set the fires in Maui last summer. Now, I can say that because it's not true. If anything, it's ridiculous. But then again, it's really not, because there have been some people saying, well, if you're buying up all the land and you can't buy anymore, and lo and behold, a fire comes along. Now I can buy a bunch of land, pennies on the dollar. Oh, how convenient. Thank you, Mother Nature, for starting those fires.
I wonder what The Rock at Oprah's Hawaii would look like. Probably like Disneyland, I bet.
It'd be shitty because they would run it like their own independent fucking kingdoms. And these are two people that don't fucking necessarily. It's like, this is all mine. I worked for this. The fuck you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a little upset at the wealthy this week, so.
I'm just upset. But again, like I there was a time there about 5 fucking minutes ago where it started to amp up in my brain. But then it just hits a point and I was like, can't do it. I'll pass out right here. I just don't have the fucking energy. But I will say this. I've always said, if there was a place that was just like, look, we're medical only.
Yeah.
We're not here to sell joints to the public. We're here to help. I would, even if it was a minimum wage job, I would be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or a locally owned establishment. I would put that in the same category.
Well, because it's different. It's a very different thing. Corporate weed is still corporate, which means it's
corporate
bad.
Weed is corporate greed.
Yeah, well.
There you go. There's your
where's
line.
the lie, though? I mean,
it's true, man. It is more true now than it has ever been.
And the unfortunate thing is that's ultimately what this state kind of has left the gate open for, is for these big corporations to fucking snuff out the smaller ones that refuse to sell to them, to sell out, or refuse to fucking alter their prices because they're trying to make more on their margin and shit like that. I mean, I'm assuming I've never worked at a dispensary, but I've worked at bars, and I know what our markup was for what cost was, and there was a specific,
it's pretty close.
There was a specific cost structure. It's like, nope, you can't sell anything for under that unless we're trying to get rid of it. Nope, there's a 300% markup in the bar. So if it's a bottle of liquor that would cost $20, you're fucking, by the time you get all those shots out, you better have sold $60.
Right. Yeah, it's not as bad in the weed industry, but the markup is there. It's at the bare minimum double.
Yeah. Well, and way back in the day, goddamn, going back to the 90s, bars back in the day used to sell smokes behind the bar too. Because what goes better than selling people liquor and then all of a sudden they need to smoke, and everybody's smoking back in those days if you're a drinker.
God, dude,
and that was 400%. So back in those days, $2 pack of cigarettes, you're dropping, or $2.50, you're going to spend $10 for that pack.
I remember back when I would go to Nibbles in Lub Rock, Texas, back when I couldn't legally drink, but I could go see titties and vag.
That's an interesting way to live, right?
Yeah, it was weird. It was kind of nice because I was in it, but the smoke was thick in the air, and like, man, I want like a cigar or something, because I didn't smoke cigarettes at the time. I didn't pick that up till I worked at this shit bar down here.
Yeah,
some 5 fucking years later, they had
with VSL.
God damn it. It's like they had, because the Black Milds, they had those in there, like a pack of 5.
Yeah.
It was $8.
Sure.
Now, this was back, you go get a single one at the goddamn convenience store for like $1. Now, the markup in itself wasn't that bad, but the other thing was they were really fucking old.
Yeah, I bet. I don't know. Well, goddamn, when I was talking about the olden days in the 90s and shit when I was bartending, man, you go back even further than that, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, almost every bar, if they had a cigarette machine.
Yeah, fucking A.
The great big long conch. And then
then
it would drop down. It sounded like he's like, what the fuck did I just buy? Oh, it's a tiny little pack of cigarettes.
And now you see those in like Las Vegas casinos, and instead of cigarettes, they dispense fucking used decks of cards.
Yeah, well, and it became a thing that nobody could legally sell cigarettes out of a machine like that anymore. So people either fucking scrapped them.
You don't check that ID.
Biggest majority is they've scrapped them. But those that didn't get scrapped, yeah, they kind of repurposed them. But man, if you can find like a Camel or a Salem old school fucking cigarette machine, you're sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah, fuck yeah, the most like seriously antique thing.
Well, yeah, if you want to go really old, if it's like a Lucky Strike machine from like the 50s, man, you're going to pay for a child's education somewhere someday.
Man, the weed that I smoked here before we got started, that is the first puff I've had all week.
Oh, there's where your anger's at.
I don't know. I'm beginning. I don't know if I'm worried about it, but starting to wonder if my currently souring demeanor at my current employer has anything to do with that.
Probably.
Because when I have had edibles. Now, let's not say that, but
it's only weird to say that because once upon a time, those things didn't do anything to you.
I mean, you saw me eat 200 milligrams of toffee and be like, well, let's crack a beer, smoke a bowl, let's get it going.
The weirdest shit ever, yeah.
Now I'll take one of those motherfuckers over there, and I feel like I'm derpy as all get out.
Oh, you're like me then. Oh, okay.
I guess I'm coming back down to terra firma. I just don't want that to be soured because of where I'm at.
You got to separate the two out, I think, but
pretty hard if you ask me.
Yeah.
Not hard to do, but separate it fucking hard.
Yeah. It's like, well, I sell this shit to these people, but at the end of the day, when I go home and it's me time, this is shit I enjoy. Whatever it is, make sure whatever you're enjoying, it's some shit you don't sell.
Yeah, I feel like I'm selling fucking whiskey right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm selling all sorts of burritos to people. That's what I feel like I'm doing. And I feel like that's where a lot of my anger comes from, too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's kind of the weirdest time to be alive. I mean, realistically,
Can't get any fucking weirder, man.
well, and what I'm aiming for, thanks to the interest rates going up, it keeps kind of fucking moving my timeline back. But at least now it's kind of stabilized a little bit, and I can start seeing again a light at the end of the tunnel. But my 5-year fucking debt-free plan that was down to a 3-year plan, then became a 5-year plan again. It's getting back down again.
Good.
And
fucking
I'm
A.
starting to feel pretty good about that. Because if I can get debt-free, well, we'll move in with my brother Steve in Indiana. The only downside of that is Indiana views cannabis the same way they did 50 years ago. So,
Oh. Well, hey, man, federal government bringing it down to a Schedule 3, which is bullshit.
yeah, I don't.
It's like, just take it off.
Yeah, that's you're not doing us any favors. You got to keep in mind when the DEA comes out with this shit, they're not going to completely delist cannabis. Why would they? That's what provides half the funding for that agency.
Do they not? Yeah, well.
They make their money, same as the prison unions. They make their money putting fucking humans behind, in cages because they enjoy smoking a little marijuana and trying to get the fucking dirt of the day washed off them shoulders, and remove the burdens of the day is what I should have said.
Yes.
But
I like the dirt of the day.
yeah, because it's almost more accurate, really. But
fucking A.
But the DEA is never going to decriminalize or recommend a decriminalization of cannabis. That'll have to come directly from Congress, in which case then the DEA is going to scream bloody fucking murder because that will cut their funding by half. And the same, like I said, the prison guards union, that's the one that gets me. It's like, oh, so you make your living trying to make sure that shitty laws stay in place because it keeps fucking 100% employment for all of your union members, because the more prisoners there are, the more job security you got. Like, wait a minute. Well, what about whether it's right to have some of these people in for what they got charged with or whatever?
Bullshit.
They don't care.
Semantics.
They do not care.
Oh, man. Yeah, fuck it.
And this is a weird thing for me, too, because I had an oldest brother and a father who both retired from the penitentiary service. I think things were very, very different back then, but I hadn't really talked to anybody that came out of that particular occupational field. So probably within the last 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And I'd talked to a guy, and it was when they still had private prisons in this state. Maybe it's 15 years ago now. Whacking Hut. Shit. Yeah, and the guy did. He told me, because he would justify it too. It's like, well, what about fucking bunch of people that might be in there just because they couldn't hire the right lawyer to get off, and the state came with a big old hammer, and now they're in prison, and they didn't do anything. They said, well, they probably did something.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, motherfucker!
Look at him.
We have all probably done something.
I have done something.
Like,
I haven't done something recently,
I don't think we all need to be in prison, so fuck you. But yeah, it's a really bad take. It's terrible.
It is. Yeah, and Schedule 3 is like cool. So it's like right after codeine, like Tylenol 3.
Yeah.
And fentanyl? Not fentanyl.
Not fentanyl.
Ketamine.
Ketamine. Yeah. You were trying to grab for the same one, and I went, it's not fentanyl. Yeah. Ketamine. All that shit. Now, having said all of that, man, there was still a dude somewhere in East Texas. Of course, if you get caught in Texas doing anything
that Texas don't like.
Yeah, there's that. I was trying to
like
figure out.
Not being American.
Not being white, right?
Or not being
white in Texas. That's a 30-day in jail offense right there. But but there was a guy that was caught. He was doing therapeutic cycles of ketamine, and he was caught with a cycle, which is not really that much. And man, that guy fucking went away for months, and got a permanent mark on his record and all that shit. I'm like, well, why would you? Well, first of all, it comes to me. It's like, well, why the fuck would you live there? If you're gonna be a guy that needs to do doses of ketamine on the reg, don't live in Texas.
Yeah, fucking come over here to New Mexico. We got a clinic in Roswell that'll fucking administer that for you.
And just to clarify, Texas and every state that falls east of it on the fucking roadmap. So.
Yeah, if you get tornado outbreaks, we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's probably right. And you're probably really jealous that you can't buy cannabis in your state. So, tornadoes and lack of cannabis. Those are the states that need it. Come on,
right.
man. If I was living in one of those shitty towns outside of like fucking somewhere in Arkansas or whatever, I'd be like, well, this sucks.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot better if I was high right now.
Then everybody starts growing in Louisiana, and all of a sudden a hurricane comes in and fucking just destroys an entire crop, and grams go up to $30.
Well, Mother Nature fucking hates Louisiana anyway, and if you don't know that, you apparently weren't paying attention in '05 when Katrina came along and almost wiped New Orleans off the map.
Yeah, she made it right. She let Drew Brees win a Super Bowl the year after that.
Was that?
Right, the year after Katrina is when Drew Brees and
06,
Saints won the Super Bowl, yeah.
That feels like that was way too far back, but you might be right. Huh. Yeah, because I'm going to have to search that one. I felt like that was more like 2011 or 12 or something like that. That was only because they beat the Indianapolis Colts, so.
I remember it well. I remember that onside kick to start the second half, and I'm like, this is not.
2010, yeah.
Ah, shit. Well. And when was Katrina, 06?
05.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. It was an oh, fuck. That's right.
Just a heads up, folks. Some of the things I say may or may not be true.
Doesn't matter. It's like a mirror, a side mirror on your
Would
car.
have been better if they'd won the Super Bowl right after, though.
Yeah.
It'd been the feel-good story of the year. Now that I remember it being 4 years later, it's like, well, who cares?
You think they ever got the fecal matter smell out of that building?
They didn't get it out of Drew Brees' chonies. I know that.
Well,
A lot of people living in there.
Isn't that weird that, like, you get some people like Drew Brees and who's that fucking stooge that's probably the best quarterback ever lived?
Jay Cutler, no.
No, not Jay Cutler. Although I like what you did there, but not Jay Cutler.
Tisbriz. Timothy Brady.
Oh, yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, man, those guys retire, and all that goes on after that at that sports desk from then on every sports network, like ESPN and even that, what's that shithouse one? Fox Sports, that nobody watches because that's the graveyard of broadcasting there. But man, but every time that they'll sit around and talk about, it's like, well, maybe he'll come back out of retirement. What is the state of our athletes in this fucking country that you could be a blue chip dude coming straight out of college, maybe even in the discussion of being a Heisman winner, get drafted, but then they turn right around and the assholes are still saying, well, maybe this guy will come out of retirement and help save this team's postseason hopes and dreams. Like, why are you don't get better the older you get. Well, one person that did was Roger Clemens, but that's because he was on the gas.
Oh, yeah.
HGH and steroids will make you a better pitcher in your 40s than you were in your 20s, for sure.
Certainly make you a better hitter, too.
Yeah. Ask everybody in Major League Baseball, because almost everybody was on steroids there from basically about the mid-'90s, from that strike in 95 all the way, probably until they really cracked down, and that's probably about 2008 to 2010, somewhere through there.
God damn.
And I saw a name that came out of all that. I remember that Conti guy that was behind all that shit, the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Balco. I saw his ass. His name came up in the fucking story yesterday, and having to do with a boxer. A boxer.
Ryan Garcia?
Tested positive.
Yeah.
The guy he beat was a fucking Conti fucking client. So they were both probably on the gas.
God damn. Fuck it. Just let them all do it. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know that that's the thing that keeps getting brought up by stupid people like Bill Burr and stuff. Just let them all do that. Let them get them all on steroids, pump them up, and have them go out there and throw hands at each other. I don't want to watch that, really. I really don't.
I barely want to watch it now.
Yeah, there's that.
I mean, I'll probably just include my current. I mean, we've got a pay-per-view coming up on Saturday that will pass by like a ship in the goddamn night to me.
We've watched free fights this year that were better than that fucking pay-per-view coming up on Saturday.
Agreed.
301 is a steaming turd. It's a road apple, Newman.
Don't you talk about the Ukraine. Now, it's a card for Brazil. It is the Brazil suck-off.
Talk about fucking people that just can't fucking stay out of retirement. And one of them on that card is Jose Aldo. The guy that's retired at least twice now.
Yeah, Conor McGregor retired him once.
Well, there was that. Well, and then didn't the guy legit, and then he moved down from
to
145 to 135. Lost, won, whatever, and retired, I thought.
I think it was just like one of those where Dana White says, "Yeah, I'd like to see that guy retire."
Well,
but they're
not good. But they're not going to let him get his ass kicked on his home turf. So Brazil is the side of 301. I don't know who he's fighting, but Jose Aldo is getting a win.
Either that or it's just like, hey, welcome back, man. We're going to feed you to this young motherfucker, and then if you want to go back and retire again, we just really need you for Brazil.
And I always think of Jose Aldo. I always put him in like my age category, which is incorrect because he's actually younger than you are. Guy's like 37 or 8, I'm going to say. But, man, that's a Brazilian 37 or so. Yeah, that guy's in his 50s. Yeah.
Oh, goddamn. Well, we better shut the fuck up. Speaking of shutting the fuck up.
Oh, yes. Oh, no, don't do that.
I did it, too.
I did it. Actually, I kind of like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and get the lowdown. What's going down with LJ?
Yep.
And welcome back to the metal portion of the Mead from Metal podcast. Apologies for not having a segment last week. My dumbass sent the wrong date to Brandon. Long story, but I have an entire log of all the podcasts I've done. And, I sent the wrong one. So, oops. But we're not going to make that mistake this week because I've got some cool shit to show you guys. For example, the first band on this list, Death Lens, with their album Cold World, comes out today. If you're in for a mainstream type of metal listening experience, this is probably for you. I enjoyed it. Well, is that a little too weak for you? Well, how about Mob Rules with their album Celebration Day? You know, I actually was reminded of Black Sabbath and their song Mob Rules, which is a pretty fucking good song. But anyway, this is what I would classify as symphonic metal, so go ahead and give that a shot, because I think it's something that everyone's ears can enjoy. It's just so fucking good sounding. Speaking of good sounding, at least for a little while anyways, remember those pirate metal bands that I used to recommend and, that usually got shut down in the meat hall? Well, anyways, if you're into that kind of shit, then there's a band called Pirate Queen that has an album out called, it's called Pirate Queen. Well, what do you know? And, it's pirate metal. Enough said. Not good enough? Looking for something different? Well, how about something heavy? We got the band Wheel, that is Wheel, with the album Charismatic Leaders that just came out today. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty fucking good, especially with their sort of old school and new school combination of music. You'd have to listen to it to get what I'm talking about. Now, some of you out there might not like the heavier shit or just, not have that much testosterone in your body, which is fine. Alcohol makes up for that. But there's this band, an artist named Frank Turner on this list, and his album Undefeated. Now, I tried giving this album multiple chances. It is neither rock nor metal. It's got piano, and he sings kind of, just fuck this one, skip this one. Unless you like softer music, then maybe this is for you. But it just didn't get my head banging, nor bumping, nor nodding, nor moving at all. I just kind of moved it side to side in a series of shakes that reminded me of the word no! But you never know, you might like it. So go ahead and give it a shot. Undefeated, Frank Turner. Now let's move to the opposite side of the spectrum. Maybe you're a person who wants their bass to be earth rumbling, the guitars to be ear splitting, and the screams to be so abrasive that they could fucking melt paint. Well, guess what? I've got you covered. There's a band called Unearthly Rights, and their album is called, how do you pronounce this? It's spelled, god damn it. It's spelled ECDYSIS. I couldn't look up a pronunciation because I'm a lazy bitch. But anyways, basically it's exactly the opposite of Frank Turner's Sissy Lala music. So go ahead and check this out if you want some chest hair. Ladies, be careful with this because I'm not kidding around when I'm talking about that chest hair thing. And that's about it for today's ramblings off of metal and rock. I hope you guys found something to listen to, and if not, we'll try again in another 2 weeks. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to throw it back to the meat hall. Wow, how many times have I said throw it back to the meat hall? That's kind of a new one. All right, take care and rock the fuck on. See ya!
Challenges are Grand Junction. Here at Sirloin Stockade, we're not afraid to say we have the best meal deal in town for your dollar. Can you beat a club steak or a chicken fried steak with potato and stockade toast anytime for $1.99?
Try to beat our 12-ounce rancher special. Includes potato and stockade toast for only $3.99.
We challenge any other restaurant to provide a delicious meal for a price as good as ours.
The challenge is on at Sirloin Stockade, 1960 12th Street, Grand Junction.
I'm cool with that.
That's a very low-tuned fucking instrument, right?
We're gonna table. I'm gonna table that for some later.
That is
fucking listening.
that's that band Wheel that LJ was talking about, and woohoo!
Certainly ain't pirate metal, that's for sure.
It is certainly does scratch the right spot.
Oh, the funny thing is that pirate metal band that he was talking about actually popped up into my feed today.
Pirate Queen?
Yeah, popped up into my Facebook feed, and now I know why.
Because you listen to Ailstorm, so they're like, "Oh, here's a guy who likes pirate metal."
I know. I feel like when LJ was doing his research, that probably they started popping up in my feed like today. I'll say there's a lady in there that looked mighty fine.
Oh, good.
I'll give him a listen later as well, as long as there's not a whole lot of squeeze box. I'm good with that.
Yeah. And then we had that Sirloin Stockade spot in there. We had one in the town I grew up in back in Indiana, right off Interstate 70. I don't know. It may still be there. It may not. I don't know. I thought that corporation went out of business. I Googled it a couple of years ago. Like, oh, these assholes are still making money.
I gotta do some fucking.
Oh, some looking.
I don't know why I had it in my brain that they were a buffet company.
Oh,
like Sizzler.
Yeah, no, they're similar to Sizzler, but they're not. I mean, it's not a buffet.
Sirloin Stockade offers an all-you-can-eat hot and cold buffet, including hot entrees.
Oh, it is now. Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was not. It was just a steakhouse.
But it's still around.
So, yeah.
Ooh, their website's a little
janky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Doesn't surprise me. It's a fucking steak place. Why would you have to go to a website of a steakhouse? Be like, I don't know, they got steak. I want to see.
And it's at a house, and I kind of need both those things. Apparently, because I'm at their website now, it's not great when the first thing you see is to our valued guests. Like, as soon as you hear, like, oh, shit.
Oh, they're getting ready to close down.
We would like to first extend our sincerest concern and prayers to everyone who is affected by COVID-19. This website hadn't been updated in years.
Yeah, been 3 years, right?
But I want to see where these things are at now.
Probably through the Midwest is my guess. Although Indiana is a southern state posing as a northern state. So
there are 8
locations
in our humble country.
Damn.
And they here I'll let me just swing that around. Kind of at primarily in Texas, but look like that one in Indiana. Well, that's actually looks like Kentucky. I don't think the spot you remember is probably
Kentucky
there anymore.
And Missouri, and looks like other than that, just the jackass states of Oklahoma and Texas.
If we ever go to a concert in OKC again, we got to head to Ardmore and go hit up the Sirloin Stockade.
It is bizarre because, yeah, there are really none in the Midwest unless you count Missouri as a Midwest state. But, there's really none in the Midwest anymore. I had actually some jackass trying to make the argument that Nebraska is a Midwestern state. And I had to shut her down because that's just fucking ridiculous. So
I gotta find
going down that wormhole of Sirloin Stockade.
Dude, I'm fucking hooked now.
And now the thing is too. Here's a little extra weird thing. So met this chick out here. God dang, I don't know, through a mutual friend of ours. Probably 15 years ago or something like that. That's shocking. It's been that long ago. Probably around 14, 15 years ago. And she was from Glen Ellen, Illinois. Well, we started talking and everything else, and she asked me where I'm from, and I told her exactly where, and she said, I worked at a Sirloin Stockade there. I'm like, no shit.
Wow.
My family ate at that Sirloin Stockade.
Like, it seems to me, I was about to lose my shit. I thought we were recording. I was about to throw this fucking laptop through a window. It seemed to me like it is very akin to Golden Corral. Back when you could go in and the buffet was an option. They actually had like where you could buy like, fucking steak, mashed potato, or like a meal and have the buffet as a side.
Right.
Where now I feel like the buffet is that's where it's at. You can't order a fucking porterhouse to have with your mac and cheese you got from the buffet.
Well, I'm here to tell you, Sirloin Stockade, of what it was of my youth and what it is now. I believe someone probably owns the name, and they basically opened a Golden Corral, and that's what it is. So it's,
It's a strong name, man.
Now, well, and we also had at the time Ponderosa Steakhouse, and that was in that same little mall shopping complex. That, again, that was a legit steakhouse.
Yeah.
Shit, I think two of my brothers worked there.
Goddamn.
And that was back in those days, and like you weren't getting like booths or individual tables. It was like long fucking like picnic tables. And they'd bring that shit out, and it was like a stainless steel insert inside of like a wooden fucking tray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was how Golden Corral did it in the 80s.
Yeah, that was the way Ponderosa was doing in the 80s, too.
God damn.
The steakhouses of the olden days.
I'm telling you, man, I'm glad we don't have a fucking like American-style buffet here because I would frequent it all the fucking time.
I'm going to say with some embarrassment, I did eat at Sizzler a lot in California.
When I lived in upstate New York, they had a Sizzler up there. And I hadn't eaten at a Sizzler since I ate at one in Lubbock when I was like 8 years old. I frequented that fucking place so much. It was like I gained probably about 15 pounds.
Yeah. Well, isn't it weird, though, when you find a place like, well, they kind of do it the way that I prefer it to be done. And my problem is venue. And case in point is this. If you go to that place we have in the local area, well, in the regional area, Cotton Snatch or Cotton Patch.
Been a while.
What are they known for? They're known for like chicken fried steak, right?
Chicken fried steak. They do those big-ass fried mushrooms as well that are pretty popular. I mean,
it's like a steakhouse sans steak, except they do have steak. I thought, I'm never ordering one from this place. They look like they probably boil it or whatever. I don't know. It turns out, and our friend Big Wave Dave turned me on to that place.
Oh.
Said, man, you've got to go. He said, I ain't even fucking kidding you. They've got the best steak in the entire area. And he was not wrong. It's shocking how good their fucking steak is.
Wow. Hope Cattle Baron ain't listening.
Well, that place is an alleged steakhouse. And I say alleged because the quality... I haven't been because, first of all, I know what their menu prices are now. I could feed 4 fucking people at my house for what it would cost me to feed myself there.
You know how much cans of SpaghettiOs I can buy for that?
Not even that. No, I'm talking about like superior
about for
food. Yeah.
Hey, let's watch the disrespect of SpaghettiOs.
I don't know why they can't source. They can't source good fucking beef. And if you're a steakhouse that can't get your hands on good beef, I don't give a fuck how good your cooks are back in the kitchen. They ain't good enough.
Yeah, especially where we live.
Yeah.
Like, we're kind of in the meat area.
In a way. We're definitely in the enchilada area.
Oh, goddamn right. Goddamn right.
Hell. Let's see. So we got the Mead update for the week.
Oh, there you go.
And that is we haven't done shit. But we're getting ready to. And if you don't believe me, I sanitized a fermenter today that is ready to go. We wrap this shit up here in just a little bit before I make chicken and waffles tonight. I'm going to be pasteurizing some honey.
Fucking tell me I got to work more? Yeah, well, no, actually.
The honey?
This moment's all you.
Yeah, that's
the creation period is all kept.
Yeah, I'll get that going tonight, and probably before I go to bed tonight, I will hit that with a lot of yeast nutrient and yeast energizer, both.
Yep.
They're all really just DHP, but I'll go ahead and get that in there and seed that overnight, and then we'll pitch that yeast tomorrow.
Fucking A. Love it.
Bring that shit to life. And that means we'll have a batch underway, and we'll probably have another one underway right behind it because we do have the honey to do that. So
yeah, I bought a bottle of Troublemaker yesterday.
Did you drink it in one shot? One sitting, pull that cork, throw it in the trash.
God, dude. Yeah, fucking just try to get my teeth. No, it was tempting, but no, it remains sealed. God damn, I almost feel like I should give it to a buddy of mine.
You've had one sitting up. Oh well, you did you bought that one. I thought for a coworker.
I bought another one. Yeah, that one I got for the coworker. That one right there. I don't know. I'm waiting for someone to be like, "Hey, is that Troublemaker?"
Oh,
I'm like, well, yeah.
So it's like branding for the meat hall, where we have the only people
actually,
here are the ones that know what we have.
Actually, I'm just waiting for someone to like ask if they can have some, so I can open it and drink the rest of it.
Well, you know who's going to be the first person to ask.
I do.
Yeah.
I
so
do. As long as we can get his fucking ass out of here.
there you go.
Soon enough.
And if that's a lure, if that's a rapala, getting my fishing lore knowledge here when it comes to spinners.
Man, throwing it back.
Oh, actually, just lures, I guess. I never really used spinners. I don't know. You ever fucking do any fishing in the last couple of decades?
I had the last time I was fishing, it was in Sumner Lake. My grandfather was alive, and I slept in the bed of the pickup next to a battery and woke up with battery acid on me.
Ugh. Yeah, it's
Fucking ruined my summer Sanitarium 2000 shirt.
Damn it.
So that's why it's officially retired in my closet.
Could have just like put some big stitches in it and just,
Yeah, but I also wore that motherfucker. I wore it out, and it's kind of a relic.
Oh, did it look like your Alice in Chains shirt?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it did.
Okay. Well, that makes sense to me
in
then.
a quicker amount of time. Yeah, I lived. Yeah, that I don't know. That shirt was my armor for a good while.
Yeah.
Until the neck started looking like, oh man, goddamn titty about to come out. No, I got to put it back in the fridge.
Right.
Back in the old closet fridge.
Decided you're going to have to pay to see these man titties.
That's right. Yeah, they ain't nothing for free no more, motherfuckers. Man got to live.
Man got to live. So the Mead update, which became the titty update, but back to Mead. So
Mead titty. Damn, that's good.
We'll have 2 batches running here pretty soon, but I can guarantee you this: within 24 hours, we're going to have one already underway, and then the other one will be right behind it. And what we're doing is one will be a batch one, again, a sweet batch. That one went fast, man, and I've already got people asking again. That was the sweetest batch we've ever done. And that's the one I seem to be getting a lot of really positive response on from some people.
Yeah, and no, we didn't add extra sugar to it.
Nothing.
It was just yeast. Yeast we require.
Yeah. So we'll do one of those. That'll be the first one. And then the one to follow right behind that we'll probably do by Tuesday of next week, if not Thursday, somewhere through there. We'll do one. It'll be a batch that's designated for the barrel.
Barrel need a little love.
Yeah, the barrel's about empty. I need to purge it again. It is the best natural filter for really keeping a lot of the remnants and shit out of the. You can pull the clearest glass of mead, what's been in that barrel, as long as it's been in there over more than 2 weeks, clear as a bell. But it gets a little silty though down in the inside, so I'm gonna need to purge that shit again. Which makes sense because I think it's probably been 1.5 years since I purged it the last time.
God damn, we have had that barrel for a while.
Wow. Well, it's 1.5 years before that because that was when it was brand new and I had to cure it.
Yeah.
To get that fucking blubber from Norway in.
Thank you, Norway. Appreciate you.
One of the few folk, I guess, besides them in Japan that are still out, harpooning whales and shit.
Oh, man. Well, shit. We got Mead going. What's tickling you on metal?
It's not. It's what we led in the show with. This band out of Dallas by the name of Aberdeen is Dead. I really like them because they remind me of a lot of shit that I like about Super Heaven. They remind me of shit I like about Basement.
Yeah.
And that is new grunge. I'm on board.
New grunge.
I am on the new grunge train, which I love that. And then there are people immediately going, grunge was a cultural, not a musical.
Shut the fuck up.
It's like, hey, nerd, shut the fuck up. Celebrate your fucking May the 4th tomorrow, motherfucker, and leave the rest of us alone to celebrate the adult holiday the next day called Cinco de Mayo.
Fuck yeah. I plan on napping through the whole thing.
Isn't that the great thing about May the 4th and Cinco de Mayo, back-to-back days like that, over a Saturday and a Sunday? Because I do get to tell nerds, settle down, the adult holiday is tomorrow.
We'll be starting that at midnight. Oh, man.
But, and not against anything too much against Star Wars nerds. I appreciate those that still appreciate, movies 4, 5, and 6. But man, you start moving into beyond that Jar Jar Binks category, and woof, I'm.
I actually skipped school to go watch Phantom Menace with my good old brown buddy Ruben.
Good man.
Yeah.
You don't learn anything in school.
Not in 99.
So I said, look at here, teacher bitch.
Although multiple skippings of school probably led to me having to do correspondence classes in my senior year just so I could graduate.
My report card that I would get in school would have, it would actually, they started listing absences. It's down in El Paso.
Cunts.
Yeah. I was on the baseball team until I basically didn't make it, and so I had to figure. Well, that's not true. They were willing to take me, but I was going to be a bench warmer. I wasn't going to see any fucking time, and I was going to get to run every goddamn day like the rest of the team. I was like, "What the hell am I doing here?"
So fun.
No, so I dropped. Well, I was only given like 3 options, and one of those options was a choir class, 7th period, last one of the day. My mother would get my report card in and wonder why. I'd have like 3 absences in all my classes, maybe a 4th here and there. Maybe they'd miss attendance one day and I've only missed 1 class. Like, well, I know I missed more than that. And then the choir one, though, by the end of the semester, 19.
Oh, maron.
She's like, why is that so? I was like, I don't know. It's weird the way they do their paperwork. I don't know.
I think they're lying.
What was happening? Oh, Kev was leaving the actual last class today at 6th period that was actually of any importance and going to his friend's house and getting high and listening to music.
Oh, goddamn. And yeah, now here we are 30-something years later.
30? Shit. Is it 30?
Wait.
No, it's more than that. 36 years later for me. And, yeah. But,
still getting high after...
Still apparently doing the same shit. Some of us don't
skipping
evolve
that
much.
shit.
Some of us don't evolve
No.
much.
Hey, man, you figure life out. You stick with it.
If I was a fish in the preternatural era, I would still be a fish. I ain't come ashore to turn into an amphibian. Love to just go straight into weird sciencey shit that people that know science are like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. Goddamn, man. I didn't realize like 2 weeks from now, new pallbearer comes out.
I hope it's good, man.
I'm pretty stoked. I gotta admit, I'm pretty stoked.
I'm getting a little worn out on the single that they released already.
Which one?
Light Begins to Fade.
Where the Light Fades?
Where Light Fades.
The first one?
I didn't know they had a second. So.
Yeah, the one with the saxophone.
Oh shit! Yeah. God damn it! Which throws it even more into doubt. Yeah, no, Light Fades. It's fine. It's just it reminds me in almost every way of A Plea for Understanding, and I burned myself out on that song because I used to play it every fucking day.
Yeah, I don't even listen to it anymore. I love it for what it is, but it's not something I seek out.
Yeah. So,
but if the 2 songs now clearly I'm a bigger pallbearer guy. I was not stoked about Forgotten Days. I heard 1 song off of it. I was like, man, I think I don't know. I think I'm good. I got higher hopes for this one. I'm looking forward to it being. Let's just hope that maybe that the fucking saxophone is in the 1 song. I don't hate it.
Some of the stuff that they have done since that Mountain record are just, and it's not been the best time to be a Paul Bear
Mountain
fan.
record.
Fuck them. It's not been the best time to be a Paul Bearer fan. It's not.
It's probably our fault because we didn't go see him back when they were touring on Foundations.
Back when they were actually a doom metal band.
I would say they're back, like they're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, sax doom. Yeah.
See,
I'm waiting for the next one. Like they listen to the album, go see. I knew it. They were going to have a kazoo on here.
That's some psycho stick shit.
I think they're harp.
I think they're they're going back to it. It sounds like they are.
Well, yeah. I hope they do because my joy that I find with Elder or Pelican or any of them is certainly.
Well, see that's always the thing. Well, when a band's on the downtrend, you're going to find other shit that's awesome.
Sure, absolutely.
And Elder, Pelican. Let's see, what else? And this sudden resurgence of grunge.
Yeah,
There's some competition out there for your time and attention.
Yeah. Well, and always though too is I'm always going to make room for anything that Maynard's involved with, notably especially Tool. Been playing a lot of APC around here lately, and I'm okay with that too. So there's old shit that gets my attention, and I'm there with it.
Right.
So it's harder sometimes for the new shit to break in, and especially now because there's a long running thing. And those of you that listen to this shit for goddamn how many years have we been doing? But so for those of you who've been listening at least the last 5 years, we started joking about it because there was a thing out of Seinfeld that we tied in and called it the Summer of Kevin instead of the Summer of George. Well, I put together a Summer of Kevin playlist. Every time we get into May, I started playing shit from it, and it is not metal. It is not a metal playlist. When you got like Shakira and shit, and
no, it is vibe music. Yeah,
yeah, it's but it's also all over the map because got what was Mark McGrath's fucking band back in the 90s?
Sugar Ray.
Yeah, I mean, so everything from that to like 311 to Caribbean music.
Ooh,
to,
311. Hey now.
Yeah, it's just all over the fucking map. So it is
Nothing wrong with that.
So it's the Summer of Kevin playlist time, but I also try not to burn it out too much because summer around here is almost 6 months long. So
yeah, I feel like are we a month into it already?
Yeah, and we aren't even officially into summer for another 6 weeks. So
God damn, I want to move.
Yeah, but where to? I mean, that's the problem.
Arizona.
Everywhere else sucks too. Yeah,
go to Arizona where it's like, well, it's supposed to be hot here, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where I would move to. You'd asked me that shit the other night when we're around just drinking beer. I'm like, I don't know where I would go. Yeah, California sounds nice, but what the fuck would I would the amount of money I would have to make to live in that godforsaken state, and not even that. I still just recall just people looking like. There was a scene we used to burn our trash back when I was a child. And I
still do.
And then sometimes stuff would miss the barrel, and sometimes that stuff would be meat. So then you go back out a few days later, and there's maggots crawling all over it. That's what Southern California looks like.
Yeah, probably. That probably wouldn't be my first choice. I don't know. I don't know where the fuck I would go.
Like I said, it makes sense to bookend it. Just move back to Indiana, where I was born and raised. Well, yeah, but. There's very few people there. I've got 2 half siblings that live in Indiana. That's it. That's it. Other than that, it's a graveyard. I'm not moving back there for dead people. And on top of that, that state doesn't appreciate the shit, the proclivities I do to find my own joy. So
yeah, and I got to be honest, man. I would rather move to a place like nobody knows me from fucking Adam here.
So what I do like, but again, it's kind of a hard one because it's a college town, and that would be Missoula, Montana.
Ooh.
Up in the mountains, and not the shitty part of the eastern part of Montana that looks like, like where we live now. But no, the part with a bunch of fucking mountains. And, and a lot of wealth, too, because rich people also like to live in the mountains. So
sure, that's what was cool about Lander. But, I mean, it was all the angry Native American people wanting white people to die. They're kind of like, I don't think I could relocate here. I'm glad this is temporary.
Yeah, just sitting around, listening to some Indian rap, going, yeah, all right, kill Whitey. Wait a minute, that's me, man.
Why do they sell these bumper stickers in stores here? God damn it.
How late are we getting in the day?
Now let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
I got beer to drink. I got weed to smoke.
Yeah.
And I got rage to expel.
Well, I was getting ready to go drink another beer, but if we're going to wrap her up, I suppose we'll call her.
I think it's about time.
Get into the post-grunge shit, people, or new grunge, whatever you want to call it. Best ones doing it, and they've been sporadic at best.
And if you like that, actually go listen to some proper grunge from back in the day.
You can do that too, but yes, check out Super Heaven or Basement. What was the other one earlier? Aberdeen.
Aberdeen
is dead. Yeah, maybe that. I don't know. So 2 weeks from now, we'll be right back at it. Hopefully, Krista's back with us and shit, and we'll be back to entertain you fools on another time. And this is too slow to close out, isn't it?
This is not.
That is slow.
Yeah,
that is slow.
So I'll fill some time here. Thank you,
it.
LJ, for your segment, sir.
That's exactly right.
Here's some homework for you. Tell me what your favorite power metal album is. You have 2 weeks.
You think he listens all the way to the end?
We gonna find out.
Okay. Power metal. I know what my favorite power metal is.
I can answer it right now too, but
right. We'll save that 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Super Heaven Life in a Jar, huh?
Bye.